Hey guys, how is it going? So in this video, let's talk about a virtual environment in Python. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. So traditionally, when we are not using virtual environment, then we have a single Python installation, and any Python program we create will be making use of that global copy. So here in this flowchart, we can see we have already installed Python, and now we are working on two programs, p1.py and p2.py. These two programs are making use of request module, but both of them need a different version of request module, and all the modules will be installed in the global Python copy. So initially we were working on p1.py, and at that time we installed a request module. So in the global package, the module which was installed was request module 2.24. Now after some time we started working on p2.py, and it is dependent on 2.25 version. Now when we install this new version in the global Python copy, then the previous 2.24 version will be replaced with the new 2.25 version. Now this will break a lot of things. The p1.py file will no longer execute because it was dependent on 2.24, which is now no longer available. So this is the very basic problem that comes when we do not use virtual environment, and it is happening because both of these programs are sharing one Python installation. That is why it is happening. So to solve this problem, we have virtual environment. So essentially what happens in virtual environment is, for each Python program, we will have a separate copy of Python. So for p1.py and p2.py, we will have separate Python installations for them. So for each of these projects, we will have separate Python copies, and whatever modules we install will be installed in their local Python copy, not in the global Python copy. Because of this, we can have as many Python projects we want without breaking the global Python copy. So this global Python installation will be intact. So let's see it using terminal. So let me just show you um, the scenario where we have dependency clash. So let's first try to install request version 2.24 pip, that is pip3 install requests equals to 2.24. Now we have successfully installed the request module 2.24. Now let's try to install the 2.25 version and see what happens. Pip3 install requests is equals to 2.25. Now you can see here we have successfully installed the 2.25 version, but we already had a 2.24 version installed. It first uninstalled that version. Then once the uninstall was successful, it installed 2.25 version. So this is exactly what I was talking about. When we install a newer version of the same library, the previous version will be replaced with the new version. So all the programs which were dependent on the previous version will crash. So to deal with it, we make use of Python virtual environment. So we have a tool called virtual environment. We can use it. So to install it, we use this command pip3 install virtualenv. So we have successfully installed virtual environment. Now To start using it right away, we first go to our uh, project folder. In my case, I'll use the desktop. So the first thing which we need to do is create the local Python copy. So to do it, we use virtual environment, and in the folder which will contain your local Python copy. So now our desktop has this env folder now. So if I open this folder, you can see we have bin. So in this bin folder, we have the actual Python. So all the files which are needed to run the Python, it is here. And in the lib folder, we will be having our libraries. So now if I do pip3, before running Python programs using this environment, we need to activate it. So in order to activate it, we use source. Now we will call the Python, our local Python environment bin activate. So now once you run this command, you will see this env. So it means that we are now present inside our virtual environment. So you can do which Python to see the Python is now present. The Python is referring to our local Python. So to install a package now, we can use pip install request 25. Now pip is installed, and it has installed the request module. You can go to the library site packages. Here you can see request is installed. So this is how we use virtual environment, and it is a very useful tool to create independent Python projects, and each Python project will contain its own copy of Python, and it won't interfere with other projects. That's all, guys. If you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any questions for me, drop it in the comment section. See you soon, guys.